All right, I think we're live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream. I was able to get arguably the most handsome guy. I don't know. Jake Gagan might have something to say about that. The most handsome, crypto content creator on the space. Handsome Man Finance. What's up? Welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Ronnie, for having me.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. If you guys are watching this over on X, make sure you repost it. I put his tag right there after how to do your own research. If you want to check him out, I think it's Antoine RSX. And if you're watching on YouTube, I put all his YouTube channel in your X account in the description. So today, we're gonna be talking about how to do your own research because I kind of do it like on a surface level. Like I'll talk about the 3 things I look for. Really, I don't really go in depth, but like what I've noticed about your content is you go like in depth. Like you look at different things that I don't really look at, which could probably save you guys a lot of money. But the first 3 things I look at, and it's really like basic stuff, is I look for token contract stuff. Sometimes lock liquidity. I don't think that matters. Liquidity to market cap ratio is pretty good. I look at volume. I look at marketing. I look at X presence, those sorts of things, websites, and maybe if the team was involved in any of the projects. So I wanted to get your perspective on some of the things you look for. But first, if you want to tell the community like what you do, because I've watched some of your videos on like the base cartel, like how you were able to uncover the fact that a lot of base chain meme coins are being controlled by a few people. And like you're a trader too, right?
Yes. So I specialize mostly on what's happening on chain. I was going to say the blockchain is an open ledger, so you can see every transaction that happened, right? So if you compile those transactions, you can see what happened. You can see who were buying at the beginning, who is being involved in multiple tokens. For example, what I like to search is like, all right, like on the top tokens that happened this week, the highest performance, what are the wallets that were in early on? And then you can try to find some alpha like that. It always changes. Like the meme coin trading, I think you need to adapt your strategy almost every month and probably reinvent your strategy every 6 months. So how I was doing research 6 months ago is not the same as today.
Okay.
For example, the base cartel was an interesting one.
Talk about that a little bit.
It was interesting for 2 reasons. Like first one is like most of their coins were working pretty well. You could see that it was going up. And then they were always using the same pattern. So like same hosting website, same wallets inside, same volume bot, all that. And the second thing is actually I met one of the guy who created some of those, because it's like if you want your coin to go up, you need to reverse engineer like what people likes, and then what people likes and what they want is the green candles.
Okay.
If they want green candles and they want to see some activity, then people are going to artificially put those on the chart. Same as a woman would put on some makeup to look more attractive. And that's the same thing that's happening. Like same of the guys will do other stuff, like to put them into a better position. But that's exactly how it is. And then it's happening on any market actually. So not only meme coins, but it's just in meme coins, you are able to see it and you can even do it yourself. Like I have some volume bot, I have all that to be able to do those things.
So you're saying like they create like fake volume, create fake hype? Because you're right. What I've noticed is like it doesn't matter like how good your project is. It doesn't matter like what like narrative it is, because there's a few narratives that are hot right now, like the Boys Club narrative, like the Pepe, the Bretts, the stuff like that, like content like Ponky and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if the candle isn't going up, no one really gives a shit,
Yeah. So that's why we have bear market. If people were buying red candles, there would be no bear market.
Yeah, which is crazy. You'd think that people would want, and that's always been an interesting part of cryptocurrency, right? Like I remember the peak of 2021, like everybody's just in crypto, when Bitcoin dumps because of, the whole FTX Terra Luna shit, no one wanted to touch it. But if you believe in the future of cryptocurrency, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so talk to us about, I do want to hear your thoughts about Pump.fun. Okay, talk to us about Pump.fun, because I know you're in the Pump.fun, thing. You're like, I remember you were exposing a few projects, that were manipulating the charts and stuff. Talk to us about Pump.fun. Are they done now?
No.
So I thought they were done.
What do you mean by done?
Like they stopped the whole protocol?
No.
Oh, no shit.
No. Pump.fun is working more than ever, I think.
Oh, okay.
Let me share instead of giving my own opinion. I just like to show what's happening on chain.
Yes,
So
sure.
that's like the numbers of
Uh,
Pump.fun, because again you can
Pump.fun.
see all the transaction happening on Pump.fun.
Okay.
So they have a daily transaction volume total like up. Let me check.
Is that the
Um,
daily
uh,
number deployed?
yeah, that's the number deployed. Yeah, the number of meme coins. Like yesterday it was like almost 20,000.
Jesus
Uh,
fucking Christ.
and then the fees and revenue. Like yesterday they made so 6,374, and that's in Solana. So um wait, yes, so 6,000. And what is the price of like Solana? Like 150 or something
Yeah,
like that,
something like
130?
that. Yeah. Let me see. I think it actually
Yeah, so
like
they made $1 million yesterday in fee.
Jesus.
And when you know that they take 1%, it means that the volume was $100 million. So Pump.fun is is good. I mean, if you check like the daily transaction, Pump.fun, it's almost arriving at 50% of what's happening on Solana. So that's for Solana Dex,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
then the part of Pump.fun is just growing and growing.
Wow.
I mean, the volume is still smaller, but the number of transaction is higher. It's normal because it's smaller cap, but you can see that it's taking about 20% of the volume of decentralized exchange on Solana, which is crazy.
That's actually pretty crazy. You know what I've learned about Solana, because obviously base is dead. Like I think right now, I
Mm.
think there's a few projects holding it up. I think obviously just Brett. I think Brett's like 90% of like the volume that comes on the base chain. And then there's we have like Mr. Miggles lately. What I've noticed about Solana is
Mm.
that they kind of lean into the DJing culture a little bit. Like the celebrity tokens and those, like they kind of welcome that because it gets some volume.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even welcome. It's going full in.
Yeah.
I think that's the. I mean, I think Solana, the base use case it got is meme coins,
Yeah.
and meme coins a market big enough, and that's what people want to trade those days.
Jeez. Do you see like any sort of like regulation with Pump.fun? Do you think it's going to just exist forever? Because I mean, to be honest, like how many of those projects actually go on? Okay, so it's kind of hard to explain what a scam is, because really a scam is like something that what you promise something you don't get what you're promised, right? So I
Mhm.
wonder like how many of these projects actually go on to do something big like a bonk or a whiff or something like that. Not a lot,
No, almost none of it. But
you know.
you can't be looking for 1,000x all the time, right? So a lot of people will be happy to 2x or 3x their money the same day, and I think that's totally doable on Pump.fun. Now, of course, most of the people are not going to make that money because most of the people are not going to acquire the knowledge necessary to be able to trade those.
Yeah, that's something that I talk about too. Like if you're trading meme coins like that in that way, like you have to have bots and you have to be in the game. Like you got to be on your fucking computer. Like you could
Yeah.
buy something, take a shit, come back, and it'll have like 10x and then rugged by the time you got back. So, what are some of the things you look for? Because I know you trade some of these, right?
Yeah. I haven't traded so many directly on Pump.fun those days, but my guys in the investors boardroom, they do a lot. But because I was focused on like the tools that comes around Pump.fun. So for example, bundler, comment bot, and volume bot. So all those things that are kind of necessary if you want your project to be successful, because in meme coins, if you don't control any supply as a developer when you launch, then your project is going to be really hard to take off, like to go above $1 million market cap. Why? Because if you don't own any of the supply, then it's going to be just movement of people, and then crowd act like really emotionally. So as soon as they start to see a red candle, then you can have an effect where everyone's going to start selling one after the other. But if you own a lot of the supply, then at least you have a support level.
Yeah, and then ITO says, handsome finance. Did you just wake up or didn't sleep? He just actually woke up. We got him right in the
Yeah, I
morning.
just woke up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get my matcha as well.
Get
So
your
that's
matcha.
why.
Get your matcha. Come back. You know.
No, I
My man
can't get
just.
it right now. I will get that after. But yeah,
Yep.
it is what it is on Pump.fun. And then the problem is that most of the people now they want to launch a coin instead of investing into a coin. So you have a spread of liquidity, and usually what they launch is just shit. It's just not interesting. So
That's interesting, and I want to talk about two things because one, like I'm a big fan of bubble maps. It's
yeah,
fun watching them. I think that a lot of people give them shit, but I think they're just telling us the truth. And a big topic right now is dev supply control because, like, I've noticed for some of the successful projects that actually give a shit, that want to build something, that care. Maybe they're making money along the way, fine, but like products like Ponky or Brett or that are hitting billions of dollars, which is a fucking miracle, right? A lot of those devs control a lot of the supply. So that could be a good thing and a bad thing. What are your thoughts on that? Like supply control? Because obviously you said that you need a certain amount of supply to get a project somewhere, exchanges and those sorts of things.
it's a double-edged sword. You can't, like, for example, Nero,
Yeah.
the one that launched on Solana, the one that won the highest, I think that's 60 million market cap. They bundle the launch. So what it means when you bundle is that on the first block, when you create your Pump.fun token, you get all your transaction to buy as well. So like this, you're sure to buy at the best price, and then you have all your friends or all the other wallets of your fund that are in it. And so that's how they own most of the supply, because they did one mistake is even in the launch on Pump.fun, the end of the contract address was not ending by pump. Normally, it's always ending by PUMP if you create your coin directly on the Pump.fun website. So,
And this is
and
when you're
I
talking
think,
about Nero.
yeah, exactly. So that's the one on Ethereum, which as well they snipe their own supply. So what I always study is like what happened on the first block. So again, remember we're on the blockchain, so every block is a certain number of transactions. On Solana is between 500 to 2,000 transactions in each block, and then each block gets validated with your transaction in it. So that's kind of like the timestamp of the blockchain. So I can see in the block, okay, 541, we are launching the token Nero, and then we can see that we have 10 buys on it. But the thing is, you can't buy Nero before it's created. So to have the information buy it in the same block, you can only be the guy creating the transaction.
So that's
Because it
pretty
will
much
be,
sniping it, right?
yeah, it's even before sniping. Yeah, it's even
Mm.
before sniping, because sniper will see as soon as it gets created, I'm buying it, and I will put as much fee as I can to be the first transaction in that block that comes next. So that's how it works. But then the Nero one, they used a shitty bundler because they didn't have this at the end, the PUMP. Like for example, the bundler I use, the one we have, it have the vanity contract address, which means it will end by PUMP, because every interaction you have on the blockchain, you can do it on the website or you can buy somewhere else. And that's how it is. So you got to be careful of that. But again, it can be good if the project went up to 60 million. If you bought early, you're happy. Now you're less happy probably because it crashed, but it depends when you took profit. And
Yeah.
then it was the same, I think, on the Trump coin recently. So
Oh,
supply
DJT,
control,
right?
it's dangerous, but it's also really good. And it's also the only way to send the project pretty high. Now, what works well is usually when there is like a bit of supply control, then they dump slowly, and then the community is taking over. Because to gather the biggest community, the easiest way is to have the highest amount of investor, and to have the highest amount of investor, you need to be the token that is going the highest on this week.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. That hype does create the craze and people want to get in. And I think you make a good point, like selling slowly over time. And this is the DJT you were talking about. So, Bubble
Yeah,
Maps made a little supply control is bullish, like in a sarcastic way, until they dump on you.
yeah,
He talks about how, they sold 20%, right, for $2.1 million.
Yeah.
So obviously this person didn't take it in bundles, but if you look at like Nero on ETH, it looks like at one point they were selling an average of $500,000 a day. But that being
Yeah.
said, it's still, what, $268 million market cap.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they did. Yeah. The best is to take profit on the volume, and I think that's how people should trade in general. Most of the people in meme coins now, they will complain that the meme coin is not going up, or they will say like, I don't understand why I'm not making money, because they don't think the way people who made a lot of money think. And you take a little bit of profit every time you see the volume going up. And of course, you need to push a lot of volume to your coin, because again, okay, the developer is doing supply control, the guy who launched the coin, but are you the one who are going to push the coin? Are you the one who are going to create the memes, to keep the Telegram active, to keep the Twitter active? So someone's gonna get paid for this, I
Yeah.
guess. So unless you build a code coin, which are the hardest one to build, and then it's 0.001% that can do that. There's just no other choice, almost, I want to say.
That's actually a good point to go into, because someone asked me, are these contracts getting audited anymore? And what's up, Classic Crypto? Shout out to Classic Crypto, another big creator in the space. But yeah, that's a good point, because I don't see. I remember back in 2021, it was all about like a CertiK audit, but like you have these cookie cutter audits that are, these contracts that are okay, like they're not exploitable really, and like you said, it's hard to create that contract from scratch.
Yeah, people launch all the coins on Solana are launched through Pump.fun or something else. And then as it's Pump.fun who create the contract, it's safe already. It's a bonding curve contract. And then after it goes to Radium, and you don't have to check what happened to it. So those things, like I know on base is still a bit dodgy here and there, because you can do tons of contract and they don't have yet like really something where people can go create their contract, have the volume and everything, create their meme coins. I mean, on Solana is not so many those days, but there will still be a little bit of it.
Okay, so when I look at meme, so one of the things I do for like for research, because it's real base level stuff. I think it's a lot of things I can't really go over to people's heads, because what you do is like real technical, right? And I want you to like maybe show us like how you actually do that.
Yeah, sure.
But right now, what I've noticed about some of the more successful meme coins that actually care, like content is king. Like it's not about use case anymore. Back in 2021, it was all about some sort of swap that was really a rip off of Uniswap, or some sort of NFT collection or staking mechanism. Now it's just fucking memes, right? So, what do you look for a project that wants to get out of that, like that pump fun, just like kind of phase, like a 24-hour span? They want something like longer. What do you look for in that?
At first is the meme. How good is the joke? How long can the joke last? That's
an actual real meme.
yeah, exactly. It's that, because at the end of the day, that's what you buy, and I think that's at least 30% of the decision making is in that. Like, if we remove all the lame meme, like the market will be so much easier. Let me show you. For example,
Yeah, sure.
if I was on Pump.fun, okay, you see, like, that's pretty bad. That's really bad. That's like AI. That's like shit. That's shit. That's shit. That's shit. That's shit. That's shit.
Yeah.
So it's like already there's not much I can do about it. Like, this one could be, but it's not enough for me. It's shit. This is AI. I hate it. Any memes they generated with AI is terrible. So then a lot of people are just doing all the dog stuff. This guy live streaming, but his logo is AI. Is boring. So like most of it anyway is gonna be no. So
Got it. Okay.
that's
And what is that like?
that's pretty easy.
What is that? Is it you follow these projects? Is that like is Pump.fun like a social media website? I've never really been on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's Pump.fun interface.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
And then that's how people will see if you put the animation. So it's like that's how all the orders arrive on it. So back in the days, yeah, we used to trade like that, but we don't trade like that anymore. Like, for example, I will use this website, and now I have like the Pump.fun new creation, what's about to graduate. So when it's about to graduate, let me take one. for
So
example,
that
whatever
so,
it
so if you
is.
guys don't know, in Pump.fun, they have to hit a certain threshold before they can launch actually like on Radium or something, right? Like a certain amount of sold.
Yeah,
People have to buy it.
60K market cap. No, sorry. Yeah, market cap is 60K or 59, and then after it would go on Radium. But everyone can buy and sell here. You have the Twitter handle, the Telegram, and the website. For example, this one, like we can't see anything, but yeah, that's
Shitty website.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, if you check now, like the biggest meme coin that kind of changed the game, it's Rapdog. I
Okay.
don't know if you saw that one yet.
No, I have not. Yeah.
Um, it's on Deck Screener already, but
Let me see.
let me check.
It's W Dog.
Yeah,
Let me see. Rap Dog. Okay, yeah, it's at 12 milli right now.
yeah. So it
Yeah.
went up to 26, and no website, no Telegram.
Wow.
Everything is happening just on Pump.fun comments.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of launched a new meta actually. That's the thing, and that might be where we are going to go. I mean, in a way, let's face it, we wanted a website for meme coins.
Yeah.
Why? There is no
Yeah.
real purpose. Like we wanted, like, oh yeah, show us that you did animation, show us that you put some work, but for what? Unless like there's some jokes on the websites, there is no point. Or there is like stories of the meme. It's it's just it's just fake. It's just like, oh, let's put on something in front, and then we will do it like that. But yeah, so that's the one. Like for example, like it got launched recently as well. You see, like the growth like was
Yeah. It's wild.
pretty steady. Yeah. So and no Telegram either, because
Who
why? At
cares?
the end of the day, that's it. That's the joke. That's the wrapped
Well, I
up.
think. Oh no, their website. They link their on their decks, so they link their website to actual Pump.fun. You know, when I look
Yeah.
at it's hot number two. When I look at some of these that have a website, my thing is like, if the website's really good and they have a content and they care about Twitter followers and stuff like that, to me, it's like it's an investment. Like they're paying for those things, so
Right.
maybe they want to create something that kind of lasts.
Yeah, of course. However, that's like what people want to see. Yeah, they want to see that the developer is invested, but they don't want to see that the developer is owning most of the supply. So it's like that's the thing. Like why people have to hide that they own a lot of the supply as a developer, because otherwise we could have a marketing wallet that is 40% of the supply. However, people don't want to buy that. So the only way is to have some white lies, if we could call it so, and then show them what they want to see and give them what they want. But the reality is that most of the project they cannot survive. Like particularly if you're investing in the website, if you're invested in all that, maybe you have some designers. Like for example, the Punky team, I know like they probably have a quite big team to handle all the video content creation. So unless the buyers of the meme coins are going to do this work, someone have to do it and probably get paid for it. And I know most of the people just want to buy the meme, go to sleep, and wake up rich.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And you know that's funny because like one part is it's like I think they are being sneaky, and the other part is, you know, if you have like a wallet that's top heavy like that, like every contract reader, it's big red flag. Like Dex Tools is going to give them a red
Yeah,
flag, Token Sniffer,
yeah,
Soul Sniffer. So that's interesting too. And that was kind of a thing. I remember like last year everybody looked at was just, you know, how many wallets had what supply, but at the end of the day, you don't know how many of those wallets belong to the dev. So does it really matter if it's all in one wallet or spread across, you know?
yeah, yeah. That was the big work to do. Like it's like, okay, if you trigger any of the red flags, then of course like all the filtering website as well, you're gonna be out. So like how do you navigate that as if you're someone who want to create a meme that lasts? And I think like the market will evolve, but like that rap dog is an interesting case.
So we might see like
In
derivatives of wrapped pretty much. Like
yeah,
different
yeah,
wrapped
yeah,
wrapped frog next. Who's gonna make the wrapped frog?
yeah. I mean, all of those probably gonna reach like the derivative. They're gonna go like 500K, 1 million, like something like that, but not like that big. But it's interesting how they launch without anything.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think a lot of these guys, and that's the next question is, we'll move into like developers and like, how do you know? Is there any way like, because I think you really have to be lazy to like be found out as a serial developer if you're using the same wallet to deploy a bunch of these tokens. But a Pump.fun makes it like a clean slate every time, right?
No, it depends of which wallet you choose to create, because actually on Pump.fun, like some people, we will follow them. Let me find back one. Like I think his name is Bazinga or something like that.
Yeah, we already have people in the chat shilling W dog. I don't even know about it, dude. I'm like in the game and I don't even hear about half the shit, you know?
All right, let me try to find this guy. For example, like some dev can be popular. So this guy, like not Porter, market cap. Okay.
Oh, I saw the chicken wrapped fish thing. That was fucking weird. The top.
Yeah, so all those tokens are the one that were launched on Pump.fun.
Oh, okay. We got Iggy
Like,
Azalea's ass.
crazy. Then it's pretty low market cap now.
What the fuck?
There you go. That guy. So here I can see created by, and
Okay.
it's buzzing game. And I can see this guy, the number of
Oh,
coins he created. And it's a lot. And you see that all of them, they went king of the hill. And almost all of them went to Radium, because when he creates something, a lot of people will buy it. Even like when he make a ticker that was just a letter. It's weird. Like this guy gotta be weird. I don't know
because
why. But
because mostly if people saw that he launched successful ones, they want to get into the rest of them he launches, right?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but he launched that token, and then after, like, you can see who launched the token. So of course, like for example, I will analyze that. I will see, like, see if there's someone who already launched some successful tokens. Like, oh, let's see what they launch again. I have an example that happened this morning. Where is it? Um, some guy in my community sent me this. Like, it's a weird one as well.
Okay.
Up. I think it's this token.
Oh my god, XRP's finally pumping sidebar. Jeez. What's up, Hog? What's up, Slim Cheeses? We have Smash Toshi. How you doing? Welcome, Glenn. Alon. And if you guys want to check out Handsome Man, links to his X is in the description of this video. And if you're watching over on YouTube, the very few people that watch me on YouTube anymore, links to all his stuff is in the description of this video. So what's this?
Yeah, so this guy, like, this is the token, like, one member of the ballroom found this morning, and then you can see that it went out Pump.fun, so it went pretty high.
Okay.
And then what he saw is that the guy created another one back then, and it was already pretty popular for that. So Trap God Dewey, that went crazy high actually. So it's like, it was known, developers like, okay, and then they put a little bit more of trust, and then he created that one, which is not that great, right? But because you have a bit of street credibility to run a project, then more people, I guess, went in it.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I could see how, like, you know, and I think what's interesting about these spaces is that everyone gets mad at them saying they're scammy. But I think that a lot of people that trade on these platforms, they gotta know like what they're getting into. You know, it's a fucking slot machine.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, the thing is, same as all the people that comes in the casino, they don't want to see the reality that the house is rigged and there is a higher percentage that the house win no matter what. However, here everything is disclosed, so you can see all the stuff. Like on the slot machine, they don't tell you, like, actually you have X% chance of winning, so if you were spending 1,000, you will be only making $400. They don't tell you that.
Yeah.
You will have to do like insane research to find out. But here everything is open, and there's nothing rigged per se. It's just about you making the work to watch out for those things and to look out what's going on.
Yeah, true, and I think that's an interesting part of the meme coin space because I think a lot of people, I think there's some people that don't know that the house is rigged genuinely, but I think that percentage is very few. I think that most people are here looking for a quick 10x, a quick 20x, and stuff like that, and that's what I want to talk about next, X's, because in the meme coin space we're so obsessed with 100x, like it's 100x or bust. But the way you trade, you're cool with a few X's.
Yeah, it depends where you start. Like obviously, when I started into meme coins, I would trade a lot more what happened on Pump.fun and the smaller caps. Like for a while, I was trading everything that was below 50K market cap of below 100K market cap. Those things are harder to find. Like you're gonna have a lot more scam rug and everything. But then after you can go up to the next level and have something that is more how can I say, more legit, or that had a bit more depth to it. So like now I'll go into meme coins that pass the 500K market cap most of the time. And
Okay.
then I like to buy meme coins at this time that I can hold for a little longer, like few weeks, few months, or even the whole cycle. That's what I like to do right now, because as I said, like I was so busy the past few weeks building the tools, seeing what's going on chain, that I could not be spending like 3 or 4 hours just looking at what happened on those meme coins.
Yeah, and that's one thing I stress to people too all the time is like if you're going to be trading meme coins, it's not if you're not buying the big guys, and that's what I always recommend. Obviously, not financial advice. Like that's going to save anybody, right? In the fucking court of law, I guess. But I think that when it comes to investing in meme coins, if I could, go back a few years and tell myself like something like a worth is like, dude, just buy the big guys that have been, the tried and true and that'll probably move with the market. Because if you're trading meme coins, you have to be on the computer like the entire day. You know.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, yeah, like I mean, a lot of the play now happen on Twitter, so I don't always look out for the meme coin. They come to me because I made the work of like creating a good set of followings on Twitter, to get myself into some communities, to get some research people with me. So I do not have to be the one digging all the time. I have the people that do that, and then it would just come to me, and then I would know if I'm going in or not. Like most of the people that don't make money in meme coin is because they don't have a sense of humor and they don't understand human psychology. That's so
yeah,
true. But it's like it, like
it's true.
you saw what I showed you, like the pump that coins created. They were terrible. Like how could you? I would feel ashamed if I created a coin like that. I would be like, what am I doing? That's
Yeah,
like
yeah. No, it's true. You see some of the big meme coins, that they make sense. Talk to us about what you do. So you said you have some sort of thing that you run, like a Telegram group or like a group that you have where you guys trade,
yeah.
or what is it?
Uh, I have like a private Discord, that's the investors boardroom, and that's for people who do on-chain analysis or want to learn about it. And then mostly we have a lot of developers in it, so we build tons of tools to help trading. For example, I don't know if you guys are part of like some Telegram group channel or
Yeah,
groups
a few.
for sharing that. Yeah. So when they send a contract address, like they send a token, like, oh, this one I think is good, you guys should buy it. Well, we have bots that monitor those chat and buy automatically. So with like this, we can be the first to buy before everyone else in the chat group will buy. And it's like kind of like what we focus on, like building tools or whatever that's gonna give us some alpha or some edge. Um, and then after, yeah, it's all about like trying to find what's happening on chain, because everything we do so far is new. No one did it before. You can't buy a book about trading meme coins. You can't buy a
Yeah.
book about on-chain analysis. And it's like trading stocks right from the beginning, where you could see everyone in the pit and you see, oh, this guy is buying. And I know I've been here for 3 weeks, and every time this guy is buying, it's going up. So when he's buying, I'm going to buy as well. So it's
Yeah.
like that. I will do that. I will also find the wallets of influencers. So if I see some guys on Twitter are pretty good, I will try to manage to find their wallet address. Like this, I can copy trade, but I don't always copy trade like that because I think that's a bit dumb. And then they can just like see, oh, I have a lot of people copy trading me, and then they would buy something and dump it right away. But then instead, I would have a feed of like everything they are buying. That's how I roll. And then when I find a coin, what I always look at is like what is the movement of the top holders, because that's top holders are the one who choose how the coin is going.
Yep.
Let me show you one, for example.
That's the reason why I said like technical analysis on meme coins is retarded, but you see it.
I saw.
I see. That
so
shit's
bad. Last time, there's a guy who told me like, "Oh yeah, I'm learning about Elliott waves." I'm like, "What?"
Fucking meme coins.
It's not even proven to work on the stock market. So what are we doing here?
Well, I think what happened is 2021. Everyone and their mom like was good at trading because you could just buy anything, and then they made Patreons and stuff, and you see people doing TA on meme coins, and it's like if one guy wants to fuck that entire chart up, there goes your TA,
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened on the Trump coin that we just saw before.
Yeah.
So for example, this coin is Mitch. So that's that's funny because that's a celebrity coin in a way. So that's this guy Mitch that's big on meme coins.
Okay.
And then he created this coin on Pump.fun, but then sold it. And then some people started to buy it after, and then it reached bonding curve recently. So then it became a little bit more popular. But when I see here the top holders, I would check, okay, what do they do? What kind of thing they do? Like this guy owns 6.67% of the supply,
yeah.
but the wallet is empty. And he didn't move since 71 days. So he forgot that he bought or the wallet is dead, or I don't know what happened, but the supply is almost burned. Then I see, okay, like we have a bit more people like 8 days, 9 days ago, they didn't move. You see that some guys who have like 240 soul in it. So like, oh yeah, he can buy more. Like he bought one time, he can buy more. Like I would check the activity of this, because if you check the smallest thing, the smallest wallet, like you will see that it's crazy how fast they will move. So I always want to know that first. It's like, okay, because for example, this coin is like it's a meme coin, but it's a celebrity coin for crypto.
Yeah.
But the celebrity don't own any of the supply. So it's kind of like the funny thing that runs around that coin. And if you check another one, I don't know, like we could check like
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, I mean with Jason Derulo it's a retarded coin. Like there's no point of like.
Yeah, he hasn't even talked about it in a few weeks, about a week and a half now, and it's tanking,
Yeah, like nothing is gonna bring in it. So for example, on Retardio, you see same like those guys, they did not move their coin, no sell holders with like 2,000 sold, they can just buy more of the supply. So when I check this, it's an important factor as well for me. It's like, who are the top holders? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's actually interesting. That's some in-depth research, and the celebrity coin meta is fucking wild. And like most of them fail. And at least like Iggy Azalea, she made some funny memes. I mean, it's just
she created some stuff. Yeah,
it seems like she was actually kind of funny and got the culture a little bit. But most of them, man, are just
for a bit. Yeah, she had her time.
Yeah, those are not coming back. So this is a good question, and I think this is a question that is kind of beyond me. There's a few ways you can limit your rug risk, right? But what do you think? What can you do to vet a project? To limit the rug risk. Like, what do you look for? Pray, motherfucker.
Yeah, I think you have to first accept that it's a part of the game. That's the thing, because you can check the security of the contract and everything, but again, if it launched on Pump.fun, you can't get rugged unless you see that most of the wallets were bundling. So if you want to know how bundling works, I'm not gonna do an explanation now. You can check on my videos, because like this, I have the visuals. And then see what is going on, and it's more about yourself every time. Like, how did you find this coin? What did you think that it was good or not? I think if people were self-reflecting on their investment decisions, then they would improve. They would go really to the next level. But usually people like they wake up and then they start back the same way. Like they don't understand like, oh, okay, I followed this guy 3 times and then 3 times I bought and he dumped on me. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna stop buying from him.
Yeah, if you
That's
guys,
how it should be.
yeah, do you have some A1 content, man? Like your views are crazy, like you're blowing up too. So like, and it's like high quality content. Like I usually just shit post about a meme coin, and hype it up and stuff like that. But the base one really got me. Like it was captivating and really good. And it's down here somewhere. It was
Yeah,
right
it's a few
here.
months ago, I think.
The
Yeah,
card,
that one. Yeah.
yeah, that one. And even the one like you maybe had an a little bit of a error in was really good and insightful.
It was on crash, yeah, but that one got corrected, yeah.
Yeah. And I actually know Crash too. I kind of personally. But the base chain cartel is good because like it's something that we all know in this space. Like the people that like we talk about meme coins, it's something we all know, but not a lot of people know about like those sorts of things. They don't understand that it's really just a handful of people creating the same memes, and these memes that are good, they're just AI generated. It's the same shit kind of reskinned, repurposed, and just
Yeah.
put a different animal on it or something.
Yeah, it's a farm. They farmed it. Like people wanted to buy new memes. Okay, so there's an opening in the market, and so people sort of like, I'm gonna get a team, and then just like create those memes that people want. And then as they wanted something that looked like Pepe style, Boys Club style, and they did stupid drawings that looks like that, and then that's how it worked. Now it doesn't work anymore. You can't do that, but like on any chain, there's still a lot of farming going on. So it's just by having skin in the game and surrounding yourself with other people. Like most investors, they trade alone.
Yeah.
They're just alone trading meme coins, and they think they're gonna outperform people that are in a group learning, giving tips to each other. If you're in the trenches, we call it the trenches. Who is going to survive? The trenches with 10 people in it or the trenches with one person in it?
And this is your program, right? Investors boardroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I
You guys
mean,
make
yeah, but they don't have to join that. Like, particularly if they are new and they don't understand anything, I don't want
yeah.
them inside it. But
Okay,
it's
got it.
like, no problem. But it's like, if you start with some friends, you can find some people online. You can like really start to get a crowd of those people to be to able to help each other, learn from each other's mistakes, and go forward, go forward, go forward. But if you trade alone, yeah, that's going to be hard because most of the time, like, let's say you're 10 people looking for meme coins, you're going to have a lot higher chance of finding a good meme coins that if you're alone on the platform because of the number of coins get created. And then a few things to watch out for is common sense most of the time. But if you go on the Telegram group and you see a profile admin that looks like a 40 years old housewife mom profile picture as an admin of a meme coin for a frog.
He's trying to make some money,
That's the
baby.
farm. Yeah, that's the farm. That's the farm. But then I I mean you can show to people what is the scam, what is going on. They don't want to listen.
It's
They
gambling.
want to believe in their thing.
Yeah.
When I showed Nero the one launch with the bundler, they say I was jealous. They say I didn't like because I was not in the coin, because I invested in the wrong Nero. I did not invest in any Nero because I think the meme was not interesting to me. It was just not funny. It's just because that woman who had a Shiba back then, who was the Dogecoin, which was actually special, now she had a random Shiba.
Yeah.
And
Just yeah.
then and then that's it. That was the meme. I was like, yeah. And then I showed them that, and they wouldn't believe me. They say, yeah, you're doing this. And I'm like, no, I'm just showing you what happened. I don't care. I'm not putting any emotion. I have no attachment to it, no feelings. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It doesn't mean that it's not going to go up, but that's what it is. You go in knowing that. And then now it's lower than the other ones. Happened so many times. Like back then, like uh, at the beginning of the year, still meme coins were big, but not the biggest thing. There was more like all the projects like AI coins,
Yep.
gaming coins. Now it lost a bit of steam, but same. I showed it was Beam. I showed like, okay, had this dashboard for all those coins on Ethereum. It's a little bit easier to have it. I can probably find it back, but it's going to take a bit of time. But anyways, I will analyze the top holders and see if they are accumulating or dumping their token. And I saw that they were dumping their beam. So it's like, if those guys, they are the whales or probably the VCs or anything, they are selling. Why am I holding it? So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to sell. I did a video. People were angry. They say, no, you shouldn't say that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm just like, I got an information and I do what I want with it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
end of the story. Now it went lower than what Ethereum did. So you would have been better to just hold Ethereum.
Yeah, that's interesting too, because I think people, what I've noticed about meme coins in general, they're just fucking tribal. And like, if you say anything that they deem as hurting their bags, they'll attack you. And like, we forget, what the fuck is the point of investing? It's to make money, not to sit there and be, the communities are great too, but you need to make money. And the truth is, like you said, the VCs are making money. Like, whales are making money. They're selling. Like, look at what the smart money does.
Yeah, I think you're right. Tribal is the word. Like, they behave like it's their football team.
Yeah.
They don't behave with analytics. They're like, all right, like that's the numbers. That's it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's the same thing with bubble maps, because I think bubble maps is a little edgy too. Like, they try to like annoy people. But I think like information like this, like if I see something about Nero, being heavily
because they are French that they annoy people.
Are they really French?
They are really French. Yeah, I interviewed the CEO just a few days ago. I'm going to publish the interview, but yeah, that triggers people. Yeah, for sure.
It's good information. Like, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just like, hey, this is what's going on, and people are like, oh, you fucking assholes. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
yeah, exactly.
No, yeah,
no, exactly. It's like, but that's the same as if you have like one guy, you barely know that guy, and he presents you like, oh, I'm with this girl, she's really good girl. And say, you know what? Like, this girl, she's been with 100 of my mates just yesterday.
You
fucking it's gonna be, no, you're an asshole, man. It's like, I'm just giving you the message. You do what you want with it. It's not me. And that's what they do, Bubba Map. It's just they show what happened. They just show what happened, and then you take the decision you want.
Yeah, they're actually good guys. I was having the technical issue when I had the premium one and it didn't work, and then I just DM'd them and they got back to me quick. So shout out to those guys. They now have my wallet now, which is funny, but it is what it is. They're good guys. I like their work. I think a lot of people hate on them, but like I know what meme coins are. I understand the game. You're somebody's actually.
No, they provide good to the space. They are good to the space for sure.
Exactly, and they get a lot of hate. And some people see it as like, because some people will see like a post by them and they'll call it FUD, which to me, FUD is, I fucking hate that word, because you say anything bad, oh, you're fudding my bags. It's just information that you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, FUD would be like something that is not true or that is not really proven. But when they show a bubble map, it's just instead of, because if you want to read the blockchain, like, let's take like, all right, you know what? Let's do. If you want to read the blockchain, you could use a blockchain explorer like SoulScan, for example. You have all that. So, okay, we have the average ping time. Let me get the block.
Real quick,
8 transaction.
Let me show this. This is my favorite bubble maps thing, because this is some straight developer scammy shit. So it says, so Bubble Map called him out for one developer controlling a bunch of the wallets. And the guy says, this is false information. A few wallets belong to friends of the devs, which is why they interacted in the past.
Yeah. I
love it. Fucking sure,
I love that the guy.
It's my friend.
They like the group buy all together.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is it? Transaction per second. I want to see all the transactions. There we go. So if you had to see like all the transaction, what's happening all the time, it will be super complicated. Like, if I check WDog, for example, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna search what's happening here on that one. Wrap dog token, perfect. the number of transactions less than a minute ago. I would have to go into all those ones to see like, all right, this guy sent to that one, that guy sent to that one. So they just provide a visual interpretation of what is happening. They don't do anything else. They
Yeah.
provide a visual interpretation of this book of orders that are all the transaction happening. So they they don't do anything special in a way, but how
Yeah.
they visually show it is really good, and that's what they do. So you can't like go against them in a way. I think like would be
Yeah.
weird
Yeah, exactly. To me, like, I
unless you
think
buy with your friends, and then
exactly.
that's
This is false information. This is actually the dev's friends. That's why it's like, how the fuck do we know that? Geez. Dude, some of this information would have been crucial last run. Like especially with the Safe Moon guys. Saitama, if you ever heard of
crazy,
that project,
crazy.
it would have been insane. And I like we need more information like this because I'm a straight degen. I like shit coins. I like meme coins. I make videos and stuff like that all the time. But I think what comes with that always is like I know the risks. I know the risks with meme coins. Just go to live new pairs. I mean, you see Pump.fun. I mean, look at live new pairs is. I mean, look at just it's crazy. And you go back far enough, you see all these zeros and hundreds, and they're all rugs. Like we know what we're getting into.
Yeah, so try to get like with the one that have a bit more with this handsome finance guy. I don't know.
What's up, Kayla? This is Handsome Finance. We talked about one of his videos one day when we talked about the base cartel. So my audience knows about you a little bit because I actually talked about one of your videos because it was
Okay,
good
cool.
information. And a kind of harsh reality for some people. But if you guys want to check him out, this is his YouTube channel, killing it. And of course, I have his X account, plugged in here. We're gonna keep him on for just a few more minutes. But yeah, I mean, look at all these. You know what I mean? It's insane. Like this one's called.
Yeah.
Strange.
So what it used to be like,
Under
some things people would do is like, at least I want to know like all the pump fund that have at least one social or the website on. That last months and the last 2 months, that's where the criteria that you needed to have to
Okay.
know that it was not a full-on rug where they're just gonna buy and sell right after it. But now it changed a bit because everyone is doing it. Everyone's gonna try to get a website, so you can't know exactly. So it's one thing actually that you could do. It's always search if the ticker already exists, because most
Yeah.
of the people, they're just creating copycats of a coin. That's the
Dude.
number one reason people get rug, is they invest in the non-original one. So just make a research, see is it original or not. Do people created that already or not? And then this will avoid probably 70% of the rugs.
If you're with Rodney and Base, I'm here for it. But the accent, oh my god! All right, we got a fan in the chat. We got a fan of Handsome Man in the chat. All right, Kayla, you just got here. Leave him alone, okay? Leave the guest alone. But that's one of the. I actually made a video about that. Because it's insane. Like people, like if you did 20 seconds of extra research, you would save so much money in this space. There's so many
Yeah.
tools that you can use. And a little,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, just the double. I've seen a lot of people buy different tickers on different networks. Like they'll buy something completely like not on another network and get rugged or honeypotted or something like that.
Fair play. Fair play. Like if people not gonna do this work, then someone have to make the work to make them learn the mistake, I guess. Like
True.
just be professional. Just be fucking professional, honestly. Like get yourself a checklist. All right, like
Yeah.
I'm checking this, I'm checking that. Like stop acting with your emotions. If you don't get a 10x today, it's okay. Tomorrow it's gonna be another 10x. Like don't like you have to come in this game with not caring about the money. And that's mostly what Mitch said when I interviewed him, because he's a guy that made like probably more than $5 million
Is
dollars.
the bubble maps guy?
No.
Who's this Mitch?
He's a meme coin guy. He's a
Okay.
meme coin guy. And then he's really good at it, but he just don't care about the money. He just see it as a number and he doesn't care about it, and it's just a game for him. So it's like if you are in this with like your last two Solana and you care too much about it, you are not going to make it. You can't. You have to be relaxed. You have to be relaxed. That sounds stupid, but you have to be relaxed. You have to be aware, and to be able to do that, you can't be in a hard monetary or financial situation.
I just made a video on it's a kind of a cliche, and we hear it all the time. I just made a video, I published it today, and it's like, don't invest any more than you can afford to lose. And we hear it all the time. But what I've noticed, especially in the crypto space, is that we're so like people are they mostly see stories about the winners, right? Because the winners are what makes the headlines. Like no one sees the thousands of dead rugs that are made every day. And a big issue is that people will literally take money they need to buy a shitcoin thinking it's going to 10x. It'll do an 80% dip or rug, and then now they don't have their rent money. And if you're investing like that, like you can't hold like long term and get to a point where you can actually take some profits.
Yeah. There's a question actually: how much time and money it takes to launch a long-term project? From Kayla in the chat.
Yeah, your fan, number one fan.
Actually, it's pretty easy, quote unquote, to know. So if you want to own 40% of the supply of a project that you launch on Pump.fun, which would be like the number, the threshold you want to reach for controlling a bit of the supply and having a bit of money to be able to pay for other expenses later, it's around 20 Sol. So 20 Solana, so that it's going to depend of the fluctuation of the price. That's going to be it. Then for what is it about like creating the meme, it depends. Like if you have something that is really good, you don't need anything else. Like Rap Dog was just a dog with a wrap on it. Dog with hat was just a dog with a hat. Like a lot of those things are easy. Like one that went crazy is the chicken fish smoking, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, chicken skin. Yeah, it's a chicken.
Yeah, so it's like that was created like that. So there's like no money to be involved, and then creating the website again. Like I mean, you better not create a website unless you create a good one.
Yeah,
because there's nothing worse than a shitty website. It's like,
yeah, you're telling me.
If you try hard and make it really nice, but otherwise, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And I know some people like they would have like designers. They would have everything, so they would create like really the character, the banner, like everything will be like top notch. And that's what is important, I think. So the marketing, social website managing, and all costs. Marketing should not be expensive, because marketing should be you doing it. It should be like just posting really high quality memes. Your goal is to make people feel something when they see it, to make people laugh, to make people smile, to make feel like, oh, this is so cute, or to make them angry, whatever it is. But you need to make them feel. And you can use a meme that was created before. Yeah.
That is true, but if you don't have a platform to amplify that, like no one knows about it. Because we have like Ponky, Brett, like the most popular meme coins. You have the exceptions like Pepe, like no one marketed Pepe, did it itself. But most of the memes you see nowadays, they have lots of people like marketing for them. So
yes,
and I know that it can. I mean, I'm the one who gets paid for the marketing. It can be expensive,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Of course, like I think it depends how they want to do it, and I think that will be later. But at the beginning, you don't want to launch directly and then paying some influencers to chill your coin, because if you have your market cap at 50K or 100K, it's too early. It's not going to be good. Maybe they're not going to be interested. But then when you start to be established, then it's going to push the things forwards. So, like now, if you don't have an audience, try to get some network of people. Again, we come back at the beginning, like group of friends, a group of people you're gonna trade with, whatever it is, however it is. You could build a little bit of an audience, but then when you launch on Pump.fun, when you launch on all that, the audience is built for you. Like there's people coming on Pump.fun. So now, why would they choose your project between the 50 to 100 project that comes on the platform that day that they saw? That's the question you have to answer. And if you can't answer it, then don't launch a coin.
That's true. Yeah, if you're on a website like Pump.fun, the competition's like you just showed, the competition's fierce. So if your meme's not banging, then
Yeah. Or otherwise be like really, really fast. There's a news, something happened, boom, boom. I get it. Like when Trump got shot, like You could launch a coin
Yeah,
right 5 minutes after it. If you're fast, then boom, it takes off. It takes off. That's it. So
true.
you gotta choose where you go. Like you can be like either like memes are about news, memes are about animals, and memes are about culture.
True.
So you choose which category you want to go in, and you better be good at that category, and then you can just dominate it if you work on it. It's a job. It's a job. It's like a skill you need to develop.
Yeah, trust me. I mean, me being it's hard. It is hard. It's tough. And, shout out to all the products out there that actually do something that like go beyond 10, 20, 50 million. It's tough to get there and stay there, long term.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, it was a pleasure having you on. I don't want to keep you for too much longer, but I think the audience learned a shit ton today. So, I appreciate you. And remember, if you guys want to check out my boy, he's over on YouTube. Obviously, I shilled his YouTube channel. And of course, he's on X. If you're watching me on X, we actually had quite a bit of viewers on X. So that's pretty good. And they'll get more viewers over time. Obviously, I have a link to his @ is in the description here. If you guys want to check that out, it's @ and you can see it if you're watching on X, Antoine RSX. Brother, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was very nice. Have a good one.
Yeah. You too, brother. See ya.
See you. Ciao.
See ya. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff before you take off, and I'll see you in the next one.